Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, symbols of solidarity, how Edmontonians are honoring the victims of a school shooting in BC. Nowhere to go, a neighborhood tired of a derelict car that's been sitting on their street for weeks. And a block for beer, the city is one step closer to creating a new entertainment district.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Albertans are paying their respects after a deadly school shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC. Mounties say among the victims, 5 students, a teacher, the shooter's mother and sibling, and the shooter dead from an apparent self-inflicted injury.
Police had attended that residence on multiple occasions over the past several years, dealing with concerns of mental health with respect to our suspect.
RCMP have identified the shooter as 18-year-old Jesse Van Rootselaar. Investigators say the shooter was born a biological male but identified as female. Police confirm 9 people were killed at the school and a nearby home. Among the dead, the suspect's mother, Jennifer Strang, and youngest stepbrother, Emmett. About 25 people were injured. Most of the victims are under the age of 15. The impact of the shooting is being felt across the country and here in Alberta. Many people have been offering their condolences. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti joins us with more tonight. So, Miriam, how is the province paying its respects today?
Well, Matt, the provincial government postponed 3 provincial press conferences scheduled for today, and the Premier's press secretary says it was out of respect for the community of Tumbler Ridge. A gesture of solidarity. Alberta's flag flying at half-mast for 7 days following the shooting in Tumbler Ridge Tuesday. Premier Daniel Smith posting on social media saying in part, "In times of profound tragedy, Canadians come together. We support our neighbours, our communities, and do everything we can to help each other move forward together." Flags at Edmonton City Hall are also flying half-mast. The Alberta Teachers Association says it's deeply heartbroken by the horrific tragedy that occurred, saying in part, "As educators, our schools are not just buildings. They are the heart of our communities and our sacred spaces where children should always feel safe, nurtured, and protected."
Absolutely key here is to remember that our children aren't necessarily asking for the details. What they're actually asking about is safety. Am I safe? Kids still, that's their primary question. Am I okay?
Child psychologist Tanya Johnson says it's important to use age-appropriate language when addressing what's happened.
When we give too many details, we run the risk of kind of overexposure. So really, we just want to wait and go, okay, tell me what you know. Or what questions do you have?
CASA Mental Health says parents should watch for any changes in their child's behavior.
They might appear more clingy, more irritable, more annoyed, or even withdrawn. And I think one of the first things for parents to know is that that is absolutely normal.
Both the Edmonton Public and Catholic divisions have offered their condolences and support for students and staff. The Public Division sent out a letter to families addressing the tragedy and any potential safety concerns. If you or someone you know needs support, head to our website at edmonton.ctvnews.ca for resources. Matt?
All right, Miriam Valdez-Carletti live in studio tonight. Thank you. Alberta RCMP received 2 weapons calls at high schools today. Bev Facey and FR Hawthorne in Sherwood Park were locked down after someone reported seeing a person, possibly with a gun, at Strathcona Athletic Park. RCMP say they found the person and there was no weapon. Also today, Wood Buffalo RCMP say they were called out to a local school after someone said a student brought a gun. Officers say there was no gun and they took someone into custody. RCMP say they will continue to respond quickly to any concerns. A baseball coach in Bonnyville has been arrested and charged with child pornography offenses. Alberta law enforcement response teams arrested 48-year-old Michelle Mitch Michaud in late January. Michaud is charged with possession, access, and distribution of child sexual abuse and exploitation material and bestiality. Alert says Michaud is not suspected of producing child pornography, and investigators want the Bonnyville baseball community to know they are not searching for victims.
I can absolutely appreciate how upsetting these charges will be for those players, for their parents, the Baseball Association, and for the community as a whole. It's important to note that there is no evidence that any youth were involved in the charges that Michaud is facing.
Michaud is out on bail and will appear in Bonnyville Court later this month. Edmonton police have charged a deacon at a local church with sexual assault and sexual interference. Police say the assault happened in November. The Edmonton Police Service says Frisbee Zarezgi was working at the Vanguard Community Church in the Alberta Avenue area at the time. Police believe there may be more victims. A stuck transport truck forced the high-level bridge to close today. The truck became wedged inside the century-old bridge around 10:30 this morning. It took about 2 hours to remove the truck and reopen the bridge. Despite signs warning of the low clearance, there's a long history of vehicles hitting it. There were 5 collisions last year. In December, the province said it's considering increasing the current $10,000 fine for trucks that hit bridges. Police say charges are pending. A campaign pushing for a referendum on public education funding has failed. Alicia Taylor organized the citizen-led petition. It asked if the province should end its practice of allocating public funds to private schools. Taylor says more than 123,000 Albertans signed the petition, while the number of signatures gathered falls short of the more than 177,000 needed. Taylor says the campaign engaged Albertans.
A good number of the people that we encountered out in public, the ones that weren't seeking us out, when we asked them the question, they were surprised, and that was a common conversation among canvassers. They couldn't believe how many people in the general public aren't aware of this issue.
Taylor says more than 2,000 volunteers helped with the petition. She hopes they will continue advocating for reduced funding to private schools. Elections Alberta will now do an official signature count. On the heels of a poll showing a minority of Albertans feel strongly about separating from Canada, a professor who studies misinformation says he's seeing some familiar patterns around public discourse. An Angus Reid survey published this week shows 8% of Albertans polled would definitely vote to leave Canada, with another 21% leaning that way. Timothy Caulfield is Canada Research Chair in Health and Law Policy at the University of Alberta. He says vocal minorities can sometimes have an outsized influence on discourse around an issue. He says online echo chambers can make people believe they are actually part of a majority, and polarizing topics like separation are driven by social media algorithms.
Research tells us that rage and grievance and fear drives our social media algorithms. So if you can weigh into a topic that is polarizing, that is built on grievance, you're more likely to get clicks. And I worry that we're going to see that happen in the separation debate. It already is.
Caulfield says he hopes to see government officials try to bring down the temperature on separation and promote more informed discussions. People who live in a West Edmonton community say they're frustrated. An abandoned vehicle, poorly parked, has been sitting there for nearly a month. Neighbors say they've contacted Edmonton police and the city with no luck. CTV's Connor Hogg has more on the unwanted local landmark.
It's been here for almost a month now.
Last month, Cyrell Kanglet's security camera caught someone leaving this black Honda in front of his house in Edgemont. They got out, walked away, and to his knowledge, never returned.
Kind of been hard for cars to drive by, especially if it's coming from both directions. And the car's like parked not straight.
Both Kanglet and neighbor Wilf Kuhn have been contacting 311 for weeks.
They basically made a note of it and said that, they're very sorry and they'll look into it and they'll take care of it.
The car's tires are now flat. 3 windows are shattered. There are 2 72-hour warning notices and a $50 parking ticket on the windshield. One of those notices is from December and lists a different location in the neighborhood.
Apparently, it's registered to some resident in the area, according to them, but they will try and contact the city to, try and ensure that the broken glass is at least cleaned up.
Kuhn says police told him they can't deal with the vehicle because their impound lot is full. EPS tells CTV News its lot is currently operating at limited capacity because of nearby construction. It needs to prioritize space for vehicles that are seized in connection with a crime or pose a public safety risk.
I guess you can consider this a safety risk now.
If we're not enforcing our community standards, what message does that send to Edmontonians, right?
In the meantime, at least one person is willing to move the car. A scrap dealer left their number for the owner.
The car was sitting there for a long time. If you want to sell your car as is, pick it up.
An offer many on this street would be more than happy with.
I'm extremely disappointed, and it's very unbelievable. I would have never, in my wildest imagination, thought that this kind of thing could be possible.
The neighbors say they're feeling deflated and hopes the owner takes onus. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
So that's where you parked your car, Josh. No, I'm kidding, of course, but I'm surprised to see those snowbanks still so high considering how warm it's been outside lately.
Yeah, although they're all kind of ice covered on top, right? So it's tough to get a lot of that melting going on once you have that iced over. And, I mean, days are starting to get a little bit longer, but the sun's still at a pretty low angle and not really packing as much punch as it will in the next month or two. -6, your morning low, 7 degrees for a daytime high today, 11 degrees warmer than average. We've since slipped to 6 degrees in downtown Edmonton. It's 2 south of the city at the airport and 4s into Mayo and at Elk Island. Had some sunshine earlier in the day today and then some clouds rolled through mid-afternoon. This is what it looks like right now with the CTV drones, brought to you by Century Casino. 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Sun's back out after those clouds slid through earlier in the day today. I think we'll probably see a bit more cloud cover late this evening and through the overnight period, but for the next few hours, sky should be pretty clear. That's a beautiful shot of the sunset out there. All right, there's the cloud cover that rolled its way through the Edmonton area. There's the clearing that we're in now, and here's the cloud cover that'll push in later on tonight. Right now, we're seeing some showers off to the southeast of Grand Prairie. I don't think we'll get any rain as these clouds roll in, but certainly some increased cloud cover mid to late this evening. Temperatures holding steady at around the freezing mark between 9 p.m. and midnight, and we'll drop to about -4 or -5 tomorrow morning. Back to some sunshine tomorrow afternoon and back to about 7 for a daytime high. A little bit of a cool down starts to roll in through the weekend. Big cool down next week. Show you all that in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, brewing business. Some owners pushing the city to create a new beer garden and entertainment district.
I think we should do it. I mean, ideas like this, we need more of this in the city, not less.
Programming brought to you by Leading Ladies of Broadway with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com. Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
You may be familiar with Happy Beer Street, a section of 99th Street just south of White Avenue, home to 10 craft breweries. Some of those business owners are now pushing the city to make it easier to hold pedestrian-friendly events in the area by creating a new entertainment district. CTV's Jeremy Thompson has the details.
It's the mid-afternoon lull at this distillery and burger shop. It's one of multiple booze-based businesses on 78th Ave, a road that's not always this quiet.
We actually hosted Shitty's our birthday there, and we had over 6,000 people in attendance with the street shut down. We had extended patio, and people really love it.
Business owners want to host more events like that, but every application for a special event license requires a barrage of emails to the city and AGLC.
The bureaucracy that goes into hosting that is extremely difficult and very limiting on how many times we can do that per year.
Their solution is a new entertainment district, a one-block zone that can be closed to traffic and act like one big beer garden.
Anywhere that you got a dedicated area that you can jump from restaurant to restaurant or patio to patio is a really good thing.
The first event I think we have on the calendar, should it pass, is an adult book fair with the folks at the Audrey's Bookshop.
The city says its 2 existing entertainment districts on Rice Howard Way and 104th Street downtown have been successful without a rise in public drunkenness or other disorders.
So I think we should do it. I mean, ideas like this, we need more of this in the city, not less.
This street does come with challenges. Street parking is already a struggle, and there's only one sidewalk. The city built a new bike lane from White Ave last fall, but it ends 2 blocks away.
I think it has to create an area where people feel they can go, they can have some entertainment, they can have some interaction, but it doesn't impact others around here negatively, like the dance studio.
Staff at Mile Zero tell CTV they generally support the idea and hope the studio can benefit too. City Council will vote on the new entertainment district next week. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Edmonton Elks are celebrating an aggressive start to the CFL free agency period. The Elks have signed 7 players since yesterday, including a new backup quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and high-profile help on both the offensive and defensive lines. That includes former NFLer Malik Carney, one of the league's premier pass rushers.
Great facility, great community, a lot of support, man, and I'm excited to play. The roster looks amazing. I'm excited to play.
The Elks start their preseason in Vancouver May 23rd. The regular season begins June 6th in Ottawa. An orphaned black bear cub found in Slave Lake is receiving care from an animal rescue organization. The bear was found in poor health while attempting to den on someone's deck. The Alberta Institute for Wildlife Conservation, just north of Calgary, has taken him in. It says the cub weighs half the healthy weight for a normal cub his age. He also had injuries to his paw and nose. Staff suspect the mother was killed and says without her guidance, the cub could not hibernate on its own. They hope to release the cub back into the wild in June. Still to come tonight on CTV News, tossing a disc from distance. A Frisbee fanatic trying to capture his 14th Guinness World Record.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Motivational speaker and Frisbee fanatic in Alberta will try and become a Guinness World Record holder this weekend. Frisbee Rob, as he's known, will launch a flying disc from long range through a regulation basketball hoop in front of a live audience. Rob has spoken to more than 250,000 students across the country with his message of turning failure into fuel. He already holds 13 Guinness World Records. He's trying to go for number 14 at the BMO Centre in Calgary.
With a name like Frisbee, Rob, can you imagine if he was terrible at Frisbee?
That's just his full name, Frisbee Rob. Yeah, you're kind of stuck with that.
Yes. You want to talk weather?
Yeah, I'll leave that to you. Okay. You're the meteorologist around here.
Let's take a look outside right now with the Action Furnace. River Valley Skycam Action Furnace fixed weather. It's free. 6 degrees in downtown Edmonton after hitting 6.8 for a daytime high earlier in the day today. Blue skies out there right now, but the clouds will roll in later on this evening. I point out 6.8 because if you read the weather blog that we post on our website every morning, we said that if we got to 7.0 or warmer today, we would tie the record for the longest consecutive stretch of 7-degree days in the month of February. It's going to end at 9, so we're going to end up 1 day short of the record of 10 straight days, 7 or warmer. That goes back to 1916. But second longest stretch all time. 3 degrees in Fort McMurray, 4 in Grand Prairie, and 1 in Red Deer right now. There's the cloud cover that went through earlier in the day. Now we're into some clearing. There's the cloud cover that's coming in for later on tonight. You can see there are some showers now changing over to a little bit of wet snow there on the southern edge of that. That should all fall apart as it approaches the Edmonton area. So just some clouds through the mid to late evening hours here in Edmonton, maybe a few flurries off to the northeast. And then for tomorrow, clouds will break once again. And so we'll see mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. And I think, again, we're up around 7 for a daytime high. Look at your morning lows. -4 is the average high for this time of year. We're in that range for a low tomorrow morning. -6, -9 for Fort McMurray, Cold Lake, Lloydminster. About -3 or -4 into Jasper and Grand Prairie. And a nice rebound tomorrow. You'll be 5 or 6 degrees above the freezing mark. Handful of degrees above zero as well in northeastern Alberta. Look at Edson. Could see double-digit daytime highs in parts of western Alberta. Jasper gets to about 6 or 7. Same for Red Deer, and in that 5 or 6 degree range for Lloydminster and Coronation. Here in the city, temperatures will hold steady around the freezing mark through the mid to late evening hours as the cloud cover increases, dropping to about -4 by tomorrow morning. And then mid-afternoon, about 3 or 4 p.m., we'll hit our daytime high around 7 degrees. Your wind stays light once again. A very similar day tomorrow to what we had today. I don't think we'll see that mid-afternoon stripe of cloud cover roll through. 6 degrees on Friday, then the cool down begins through the weekend. Still not bad, though. 3 degrees Saturday. I've got 0 for Sunday. There's a chance we're maybe a degree or two above 0 still for one last day on Sunday. Monday should be our first day below 0 for a daytime high, and you get a chance of some flurries late in the day on Monday. And once that cold air starts to drop in, it just continues to get cooler and cooler through the course of the week. We're in the -10 to -15 range by the end of next week. And we'll probably see a good 5 to maybe 10 centimeters of snow over the course of the week as well. So there you go, from way above average to well below average for the back half of February.
I enjoyed it while it lasted, Josh. Thank you. The back-to-back TELUS Cup champion Red Deer Chiefs have been chosen to enter Alberta's Hockey Hall of Fame. The U18 team won championships in 2012 and 2013. Head coach Doug Quinn says the club won the Cups with 2 completely different lineups. He says he was a bit surprised to get the call to the Hall. Quinn adds it's a testament to the culture and work ethic of the organization.
It was such a good group of players, coaches, just everything together, and all the commitment and hard work that went into it. So, yeah, it was very satisfying.
Other inductees in this year's class include NHL legends Colin Patterson and Paul Coffey. A gala will be held in July for this year's class in Red Deer. When we return, culinary competition, what a local college is cooking up for Black History Month.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Thursday on your morning ahead of Valentine's Day on the weekend. Romantic movies of the past. We're counting down some of the best, and you can have your say on the text line. We'll see you at 6.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basement-y.
Coming up on CTV News at 5:30, the latest information out of Tumbler Ridge, what we're learning about the accused and the victim in the deadly school shooting. Then at 6, a woman in her 90s gets her greatest wish granted to see the top of Haling Peak in Kananaskis. And with no formal Canada House in Italy, how our Olympic athletes are gathering to support their teammates. Those stories and more still ahead on CTV News. A tasty celebration of Black History Month over at Norquest College. A culinary competition was held today that acknowledges the importance of rice in Black, African, and Caribbean communities. Students were able to taste and vote on 5 different rice dishes from Haiti, Somalia, Ghana, Burundi, and Eritrea. Each dish had its own distinct and unique flavors specific to the history and geography of where it originated.
Community is really important to us, so we do community through food, through music, and just gathering together to just celebrate joy.
This is one of several events at Norquest celebrating Black History Month. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.